guys, so it is week 28 and it's the third trimester. So yay for that. I'm making this video today because I have some people working on our telephone cable wire and they need to be getting in and out of the house, and so I need to be home and I can't be using certain rooms and whatever. So anyhow, it's just a good time for me to make it today. And tomorrow I have a friend coming. She's gonna spend the weekend and I'm so excited to see Jinxia. So that's good news. Other good news about us is our rooster has a second eyeball again. His eyeball apparently was just out of the socket in his head somewhere, and yesterday I noticed it was back in its socket. So yeah, strange. I don't really like eyeballs. Glad he has a second one. But pregnancy symptoms. I have been pretty stressed out this week because we just have a couple new things to be stressed out about that are, well, they're personal things, so I'm not going to tell what they are on the internet. But yeah, anyhow, because of that, I just have not been sleeping well. I recovered from my sleeping well last week, by not sleeping well last week, when my mom made me this pillow that had rice and lavender and a whole bunch of stuff in it, and it just smelled really good. And so I put it in my bed, and then when I get in my bed, my sheets are all scented and it's so nice. Yeah. So anyhow, I just haven't been sleeping that well, and last night I woke up at 3 in the morning, tried to get back to sleep just by drinking some water and going to the bathroom and stuff, and it didn't work, partially because this child had decided to kick me until 5 in the morning, and it's not like they were like super painful, but it was just like super distracting and whatever. I'm glad he was feeling well enough to kick me. So yeah, that's good news too. Al and I are both doing well, and the baby's doing well, and our dog is doing well. So those are good things. And I just have to focus on those while other stressful things are happening. I do still have my belly pain that I was talking about last week. That stretching feeling that's sort of on my right side a little bit, just to the right side of the center. And I had a midwife appointment on Tuesday, and I asked her about it, and well, the midwife I had was a little bit of a deer in the headlights to begin with, but she just suggested stretching and didn't really have any good ideas, but whatever. So that's probably going to be here for a while. It's really inconvenient because it hurts, but it hurts to the point where it's really hard for me to stay standing up towards the end of the day sometimes. Like, it's a muscle that's stabilizing me and I need it to stay standing. So whatever, hopefully that will just magically go away on its own soon. If not, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But other than that, my midwife appointment was good. She measured my fundal height, and I didn't even realize that I've been measuring a little bit short this whole pregnancy, but she told me that's been my pattern, and because it's been my pattern this whole time, I guess it's okay. But if it were to suddenly change, they might be concerned, or if it were to be 2 centimeters off from what it should be, then they may also be concerned. So your fundal height is supposed to match, at this stage in your pregnancy, supposed to match the number of weeks you are. So if I'm 28 weeks, I'm supposed to be 28 centimeters in full fundal height. It is whatever, just interesting detail to know. Oh, and I also wanted to talk about baby's movement. Um, he is moving so much now that I think he must be moving when he's asleep also. A lot of people act like they are only moving when they're awake, but because sometimes he moves now at times when he used to not move before, and those kicks tend to be really like weak, I want to say, like really gentle or just rolling around. I think that's probably him squirming around a little bit in his sleep. Who knows, maybe he's dreaming. I remember when I was a little kid, I used to put myself to sleep by imagining that I was floating through this magical mist and doing all of these like acrobatic moves, but just because I was in this mist, like you didn't need to worry about gravity, and it was like you were underwater, but you didn't need to worry about breathing, and that was really cool. So I sort of wonder if he is thinking those same things and will put himself to sleep by thinking of that later, because who knows how early I started doing that when I was a child. Maybe it was from the womb. I don't know. Probably not. Probably your brain isn't developed enough to do that, but who knows. Oh, and the other cool thing is I can kind of feel, like, just by groping my belly, where his head is, and I can tell from his kicks mostly and movements where the rest of him is. Only occasionally can I feel like a whole chunk of him pressed up against my belly. Because there's still, at least according to my understanding, there's still plenty of room at this point for them to squirm around, and they aren't that fat yet. What else? Oh, we had our second prenatal class, birthing class, and I really like our instructor. He gives a lot of really interesting details, and it really sounds like he's taken the time to understand what a woman's body goes through when she is in labor and pregnant, and just every stage of it he gets. And he also throws in good tips for the fathers, like be careful not to do topless time with your child unless you're pregnant to get, unless you're prepared to get your nipples sucked on, and just like funny things like that. So anyhow, that just makes class so much more fun. And so I really like that. And he does it through the hospital. He works at the hospital, but he's also a doula. So I think he probably has a unusual perspective just because of how he's gone about his career. Oh, and his wife, I think he said, has had 3 children. So he's been there for many births, and he's been there for people in a really intimate way that you may not get if you were just a nurse or doctor. I think that's it for this week. So let's look at my belly. Once again, I'm huge. Well, I shouldn't say huge yet because I'm only going to get bigger, but I'm feeling huge. Okay, so this is the old belly. It's quite a difference from the beginning. And yeah, that's where the little monster lives right now. I don't know if you can see, oh, not that side. You can see from my profile, but my belly button really wants to pop out already. It's just dying to do that. So, I don't know. That will be interesting. I will talk to you guys next week.